Thank you, Udi. You connected it very well. I was fascinated from Neri's brief. You just sort of said, guys, it's all data, but you left me to say it. So, can you see? You see. So, the field of drones or unmanned platforms, talking not only about aerial platforms, but all dimensions, was always considered innovative, forward-thinking, technological, with a great future ahead. A question that I'm not sure that was asked today, but it's obvious. Is it a camera with a plane or a plane with a camera? For me, this is only a teaser for the larger question that asks, what field are we dealing with? We ask this in order to think how to develop, how to improve, how to remove blockages, how to be better. One possibility is to look at, and this was discussed before, so I'm not going to get in depth, look at, is it something that hovers, flies, drives? Talking about the mission, does it bring payloads or take pictures? Or what is the application that it does, the mission that it carries out? Is it military or does it monitor movement? Other areas of conflict, battlefields, or other civilian applications? The answer, is it combined? Is it separate things? What is it? The answer, I think, is not a plane and not a camera, but more and more those that are involved in this field. We heard this from Neri, we heard this from Udi, from IAI. This field deals with data, with information. So you may say, what? We monitor, we carry casualties. No, it's all about data. Drones, when it takes off, it does much more than the application of taking a picture or video or bringing a payload. It collects a lot of data, it uses a lot of data when a drone takes off, and it checks the moisture in the ground for crops or radiation in some disaster area or some kind of leakage. This is a huge amount of data. The situation today is that in every mission of an unmanned system, platform, there is a massive data collection. I don't think anyone can dispute this. So, what's the problem? I'm used to speaking in English. I'm translating now from English to Hebrew. What is the problem with the fact that we have a massive data collection and a lot of data is being accumulated? The issue is that all the organizations that operate these tools, the data people ask for more and more data because they need the data, they use the data. On the other hand, the people that come to use this data to glean information and insights from it have a problem doing so. There's an internal paradox. Bring me more, but there's nothing I can do with it. So I'm stuck. There is another element that organizations understand, that the more they collect data and use it, that the data is not something that I use and someone else deals with it. It's a central component in the organization itself. It's like people. You have to know how to relate to this data, to deal with it, treat it, preserve it, protect it, or it will disappear, run away, we won't have it. The other phenomenon is the democratization of the data. In organizations, if in the past data was the requirement of a technological unit or someone specific that needed it, today it's used throughout the organization in all levels, all places. More and more is requested. It's legitimate, it's comfortable to ask more, to use more, to increase the productivity and to bring the mission to success. This democratization brings more dilemmas and challenges for making it accessible. Look back several years for intelligence, bringing intelligence from the higher levels down to the tactical units on the battlefield to make it accessible to them. So, to bring this to a more focused point, what should we do? How can we deal with hundreds of thousands or millions of entities of data? To bring them, to protect them, preserve them, to glean the appropriate insights from this material in a fast, of course, manner. So, parts of the solution are broadening the organization to modern digital realms, to IoT and applications. These are the buzzwords that we've been using in the last few years, to the realms of multiple cloud entities and integration of these components, integrate AI, machine learning as an integral component, not something that's nice to have. It's a functioning, organic part of the organization. Information security that was managed by Hudi before. Also, this has to be an integral part of the systems of the organization. It's not something above, it's not a layer. It's not, let's think how to protect it. It's built in, it's inseparable. Using data applications, this is also part of the solution. 5G is one example, there are other examples. The last part that is in the top left corner, what we call edge, is moving the computer systems outside of the server component. Things that are outside of this unit are called edge. Transferring, analyzing data close to the place where the data is collected or created. We know that this can be a significant advantage as far as the speed of processing and speed of response, the effectivity of the responses in our work with these systems. An example for this I can give you with systems, we'll call them central standard systems, where the tools on the left, or the vehicles, they're marked here as things, but they could be drones, other UASs, are all connected to a cloud, to a central system, public or private, depends what organization we're talking about. There are many Israeli startups that work with a public cloud service as the central hub that collects their data. And we know that if we disperse the information to a decentralized system with new infrastructure of communication and computer systems, we will be able to achieve a lot. And in this example, you can see the infrastructure in blue, and this is taking, again, the computer systems out to the edge. Here you can see an improvement in latency from about 200 and 300 milliseconds to tenfold, at least. This is only one example. There are many other examples for the improvements that can be achieved with such advanced architectures. To be fair, we should say that there are challenges with working in edge. To take computer systems and take them out of the organization entails risks. It is exposed to temperatures, low or high, to physical impacts, to dust, to moisture, to other threats. This has to be addressed, and also the equipment has to be enabled and activated, and by people that are not IT professionals. This is a point that has to be taken into consideration. It's not simple when you take it out, so when it's out, you have to deal with it. If we look at the broad world, there are researches about this that show very clearly what is going to happen in the next 2 years. Massive transfer to applications to the edge, and building infrastructure in an external environment that is decentralized. These are fantastic numbers. This is the new world that we are now entering. What can we do? We talked about a lot of data, excuse me, a mistake. It happens, I got a phone call. How can we help organizations that want to transition to this new way? Let's look at the life cycle of the data from the point of creating the data on the top, preparing integration of the information, storing the information, protecting, defending it, processing it, analyzing it, gleaning insights, actions, derivatives of this information, and back to the beginning. Organizations can try to do this all in-house, but the more successful organizations understand the value of partnerships in powerful technological tools. I come from Dell, so I can tell you that Dell is a natural partner for such collaborations because it takes all these new technologies, knows how to tie them into one IT architecture that is complex and modern, knows to make it accessible to clients with our OEM division that I'm part of, to clients that use these advanced solutions as part of their product or their solution or product for their customers. And worldwide, including integration and international service. I'm not here to market, because today in Israel we work with all the defense industries, the military, startups, and they're all with us and working with us. All I wanted to do is give you an insight to tell you, friends, we're in here dealing with drones, unmanned platforms, but the other point, as Udi said, from the side of the data, this is maybe the different thing. Looking at it at a different angle, you can start thinking, wait a minute, maybe there are other avenues to explore that I didn't think about. So thank you very much. If there's another minute and a half, can I show you a video? Go for it. Okay.